So this was my goal for the day. Get the other floor pan in. To do that, I had to finish up the patch I did in the frame there. Then you saw me welding, spot welding the side in. Now I got all the stitch welds done. So yay! I think with that, I'm going to call it a day. It's a bit early, but I'm going to go home and place a big order. I got the British Heritage Certificate. It told me how the car was originally. It was originally white, which we can tell from, under here and stuff. And it had red interior with white piping. So that would be very, very classy looking. So I think we're going to go with the original. It had a black top. So we're going to, I need to order all that stuff. Carpet and seat upholstery and all that stuff. While I'm ordering it, I'm going to order, found some Bondo over here, picked at it. It's in worse shape than it looked. So I'm going to replace it. I'm going to replace this and this and this. There's 2 panels here. And then with all of that, it will give me, show me what the bottom's supposed to look like, so I can replicate it on the other side, which isn't as bad as this side. So that'll be good news. It's day 21. So today, I'm just going to do some little patching. Yesterday I got some big stuff done. I'm in the process of ordering another load of stuff now that I've sort of dug into the car a bit and know more about what's rotten and what's not. Ordering a lot more patch panels. But while I wait for that to arrive, I'm going to take care of some little rust holes, like next to these seats. Here you can see where we are. Back seats, which I think is hilarious. So we got these 2 rusty spots right next to the seat. There's some rust on the wheel well I'm not going to worry about right now. I'll patch that from later. So to patch this, first I've marked out a rough square of where the good metal is. This is going to be particularly interesting because there's a lot of curves in the metal, which will be fun to replicate. So when I cut a big chunk out, it will be, I'll have to leave some extra space for the metal to shape to those curves. And to start out, I'll be using a CAD template, and that's not computer-aided design, that's cardboard-aided design. T-packages, cereal boxes and stuff like that. I'll cut this out, put this under here, trace around it, so I have a rough idea of the shape I need, and then transfer it over to the steel. Then start pounding away until it takes the right form. That's the plan. So I cut out a piece of steel over there in the vise. We're going to form this edge, this corner, by bending it over. Like that. That'll do. Next, I have to form this curve, and it goes around this way. So I'm going to put this pipe in the vise there and use it and beat on the metal until it takes that shape. Slow and steady. So after about 2 hours of cutting and fitting and grinding, it's getting closer. You can see it now fits in the hole. The arch here seems to line up. This is close. This front edge, I need to keep working on that. But I'm happy with the back edge and the fitment all around the cutout. This will be easy to cut off, once it's formed. You just needed to find the points it lines up with. Anyway, about another hour. Gosh, I hope I get it done before lunch. Alright, so I'm tacking it in place now. Pretty happy with it. I thought this would be much harder than it was. In the end it did take all morning, but once it's welded in place, I just need to nip off this following that curve. And then I might start working on replacing the metal behind there that's all rotted out. But now it's lunchtime. Oh, by the way, I got a new foot pedal for my TIG welder, and oh my god, the difference is incredible. I have so much more control, though it oddly feels like sewing now. You have the foot pedal, both your hands are working, it's crazy. Anyway, good progress. There you go. It's all new and shiny. No holes in it. That's great. Still needs some cleaning up. It's just kind of roughed in, but very happy with that. It was a fun morning. Well, I got this patch in. I didn't film much of it, but or any of it, but it was fun. There's a detail. There's like this step down that goes right through there. So I copied that onto this patch, and see it continues over here. I just used that old bolt again, bent it forward, shortened the bolt, tightened up on the nuts, and then bent it back, and it created this step. So it matches what's there. It'll look just like the other one once it's finished. Between that one and that patch panel, it's been a good day. It's slow, it's very slow work, but I'm very happy with it. This sort of metal forming was the thing that I was really interested in learning how to do. Anyway, it's Friday afternoon, about 4 o'clock, and in the great tradition of all the shops I've ever worked in, it's time to clean up. It's gotten messy. Underneath the car is just full of rust. It keeps falling off the car as I flip it over. And the shop's the shop. Tools don't get put back in place, and yeah, it's time for a good cleanup. There now. That looks a little more organized. A little cleaner too. The amount of filth on the floor was amazing. Bon weekend! If you liked this video, click the like button below. If you want to come along on the ride as we complete this project, click the subscribe button. If you want to make sure Google reminds you every time there's a new video, click the alarm bell. Your support is very much appreciated.